How's it going, Thieves fans? Today we're going to be talking about the Thieves matchups for Week 2 of Major 4. The first matchup is on Saturday, and it is going to be the Battle of LA. It's LA Thieves against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. So far for Major 4, the Guerrillas have only had one match. They played against Rocker and they lost 3-1. But let's talk about some of the things that they did well that the Thieves will have to prevent in order to keep their win streak alive. To start it off, the Thieves need to shut down Joe Deceives and Arcides in the respawns. The reason I'm saying this is because Arcides has just been playing pretty well consistently. I feel like most people know who Arcides is and what he brings to a team. And for Joe Deceives, the reason they need to shut down him is because he's been playing pretty well, but when he plays really well in the hard points, for example, against Rocker, he was 38-15. And they ended up winning that map 1 hardpoint. But in the second hardpoint matchup, Joe Deceives did not have as good of a game, and they ended up losing that map to end out the series. So I believe as long as you can slow down Joe Deceives, similar to like the Thieves did with Pred in the Seattle matchup, I think that will have a big impact on how LAG shows up and how they perform in this matchup. Continuing on with Joe Deceives, the Thieves really need to shut him down in the searches as well. He had a really good map 2 against Rocker, but unfortunately he was the only one on LAG that really did anything to kind of push the ball for them. So if the Thieves can prevent Joe Deceives from doing what he did in the searches, I think that will help them a lot, because if the rest of the team on LAG doesn't really get anything moving, that's going to be a very big plus for the Thieves in the long run. And of course, I think if the Thieves are able to play like they did against Seattle, LAG is going to have a very tough time beating them, because LAG is just not quite on the same level as the Seattle Surge. So if the Thieves can keep rolling, and especially Envoy playing the way that he did, I really don't see LAG taking this one. I personally see it going 3-0 in favor of Thieves. I just think they're kind of finding their form right now in a time that LAG is still figuring things out. So I'm predicting a 3-0 for Thieves. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below and what your prediction is. Now for the second matchup, this is the big one, the one that everybody's probably looking forward to. It is the bounty match against OpTic Texas. If you don't know what a bounty match is basically just a normal matchup, but whichever team wins ends up getting a cash prize. I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's about $10,000 for the team who wins. And every year they do a week where they consider it the bounty week. This week is that week. And because the Thieves and OpTic is such a good matchup, of course they deemed that as the bounty matchup for those two teams. Now let's get into what the Thieves need to do in order to beat OpTic in this best of 5 series. To start it off, the Thieves absolutely cannot allow a Fortress hardpoint. If you look at the most recent matchups that OpTic has faced, every time they play Fortress Hardpoint, it has been an 100-point club in favor of OpTic. So Thieves cannot allow the Fortress Hardpoint to go through. I think that's just too scary of a matchup for them to play. I think it would be better to risk their chances in Mercado or in a Hydro. Now going into this map 1, the sub duo from Thieves needs to absolutely show out. They cannot let Shotzi and Hoop get going, because once they do, that really opens up the map for Dashy and Ghosty. And with how good Dashy is, you cannot allow any space for him to operate. He's already going to dominate either way. It's one of those things where you need to kind of control him as much as possible. And I think the best way of doing that is slowing down their pace. And that starts with taking out Shotzi and Hook and not allowing them to get lost on the map and just find those shots in the back to get easy kills. So if Envoy and Kenny can start off hot, that's going to be fantastic for the Thieves in the long run. The other big point, in my opinion, is that the Thieves absolutely cannot lose the searches. The searches are going to be the biggest part of this matchup, because OpTic can take any respawn. So if the Thieves can manage to continue to win their searches, that'll give the Thieves the best opportunity to pull out the win in this matchup. In my opinion, Drazah is going to have to keep performing in the searches. Even if you look back to last year, a lot of times that the Thieves were winning searches, it was when Drazah was performing really well. So as long as he can kind of keep this momentum that he has right now, I think that'll be a good start for the Thieves. I think Kenny needs to step it up just a little bit in the searches, just because he's had a little rough patches with the searches so far. So if he can kind of get things going as well, that should be a good opportunity for the Thieves to take another S&D against this strong OpTic roster. Lastly, I think the Thieves need to have their team chemistry on point. OpTic is such a good team right now that anything that the Thieves mess up on, whether in-game or just in their communication, it could lead to a really big downfall and could lead to Thieves losing a lot of momentum in this matchup. So the Thieves cannot break down. They need to have their good team chem, and they need to put the pressure on. Because this is a really good matchup, I think it's going to be a 3-1 or 3-2 victory to probably either team. I think if the Thieves are able to take map 1 and map 2, I think it'll be a 3-1 win for Thieves. But if they don't take that first search, I think it's going to go to a map 5. And I still think the Thieves can close it out, but it all kind of depends on how momentum goes. Obviously, I'm going to say Thieves are going to win this, and I'm hoping it's a 3-1. I'm hoping if they take that first hard point and they take that search, that they might lose the control, but I think their hard point just looks really good, and I think they can pull out a second one. So that's kind of my prediction for this matchup. Let me know what you guys think as well down below. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. It gives you notifications for every time that I post a new video. I would also appreciate if you guys go check out the ThievesTalk Twitter page. I will have that linked in the description down below. And if you're interested in following me, go ahead and check out my Twitter, which is Zeke's Tweets. I will have that link down in the description as well. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope to see you all in the next one. See ya.